beautiful day in the neighborhood. Actually, it's not a beautiful day at all. It's like 6 degrees. And that first stop out, man, I couldn't feel my hands, my feet. I couldn't feel shit, but I'm good now. I guess I'm behind a little bit, but my third store didn't order much, so I think I'm good. But yeah, man, my hands was gone, my feet was gone. I ain't been that cold all year. But I'm thinking it's because I didn't have time to warm up yet. But now I feel good. I can't believe that just happened. I can't believe that just happened. Alright, yeah, I feel good, y'all. It's workout day, so you already know. Here to talk to y'all about whatever, man. I'm rambling today. Whatever comes to mind, I'm hitting it. So, rewind this video, you know, watch it throughout the week or something. That's why I put it on YouTube, so y'all don't have to watch the long-ass video all at once. Too many points I try to make in videos. Yeah, life is what you make it, man. And this video is not about saying you're never gonna make mistakes, saying there's some perfect people out here and people are better than the others and whatever. It ain't even like that, man. But once you do something more than a few times, it's no longer a mistake, it's a choice. You know? And a lot of people might say, I hear this a lot. I hear the word bragging. I hear the word worried about another man and all this stuff. I'm about to put a check to all that shit. Because all that shit is deflection or guilt or shame or whatever it is. I don't care, right? You don't make it very far in life, you know, you're not going to be successful in life worried about other people. So if somebody is successful, 9 times out of 10 they really don't worry about people. They might just speak on certain shit. They really don't give a fuck, because if they did, they wouldn't be able to focus on themselves. It'd be awful hard, put like that. Everybody has the same opportunities in life. The only exception is if you was born with nothing and these people was born with something. That's the only exception. But if you was born with nothing and I was born with nothing, we had the same opportunity. Even if you were 6'7" and I was 6'1", and you made it playing basketball, I still can make it doing something else. You know, I can't use that as an excuse, like, well, I'm not tall enough. I'm black, I'm this, I'm that. And sometimes race can play a part in certain things, but there's always going to be somebody there to... The Most High will always have somebody there to deflect the weapons formed against you, basically. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. So even if there is racist shit going on, the Most High will take you out of that situation and put you in a better one. Or he'll move you from that. He doesn't want you there. He wants you over here, or whatever. That's why you got to keep trying and do what's right. Speaking of doing what's right, we got to do, I'm going to say we throughout this whole thing. That way people don't think that I'm talking about people, and they'll realize that I'm just talking about the fucking world and problems. We got to start realizing that things we do can come back on us. Some people right now are facing karma for things they've done to other people, and they still don't realize why this is happening, or why that's happening, why you can't find love, why men are playing you, why women are playing you. It could be very well because you played them. See, some people fell for the lie. The lie of, I could sleep around as a woman or man, and then in the end I'll find my husband or wife. Which you might, but it depends on how you go about it, if you ask me. If you did to people dirty, then yeah, you're probably gonna pay for that. But if you was just living life and you didn't really do nobody dirty, you might be all right. Like you told them that you didn't want to settle down and shit like that, you might be all right because you really didn't deceive people. Then you got some people who are struggling, living check to check, whatever. I ain't gonna completely place that all on a person, you know what I mean? Because some things happen. Sometimes misfortunate things happen. But I'm talking about the people who had opportunity and squandered it or took it for granted and things like that. How can you get mad at a man or woman who is sitting great because they didn't blow their money on dumb shit like cars and shit, but you did? That was your choice. Remember, life is what you make it. You chose the choice to buy the car or the house or whatever you bought. It could be buying weed all the time. It could be buying women all the time. Whatever you chose to buy. Remember, that was your choice to buy. So don't get mad at the other man because he doesn't want to blow. He doesn't feel he has to blow his money every damn week or compete with people and look at my outfit every week. A new outfit every week and shit like that. Don't get mad at him because he's smart with his shit. Don't get mad at him because he chose not to go to the clubs and you wanted to go to the clubs for the past 10 years. And he said, fuck that, I'm going to just go home and chill, man. You know what I mean? I might go to the mall, I might go here, I might go there, but I'm cool. I ain't going to do too much. I'm just going to live for the most part. Don't get mad at that woman or that man. You chose to do what you did. That was your choice. And nothing is wrong with that if that's what you want to do. But understand there's consequences to your choices. See, it's not, nobody's here to tell people, you know, what choices they should make in life, but understand that nobody is immune to the consequences of the choices in life. If we both put our hands on a fucking burning stove, we both will get burned. You might get burned worse than I get burned, but you still gonna get burned. Depending on how hard you put your hand on that motherfucker, right? And how long you put your hand on that motherfucker, right? Well, that's the same thing with life a lot of times. You know, I'm gonna keep playing these niggas. I'm gonna keep playing them. I'm a bad bitch. Okay, keep your hand on that burning stove. Keep your hand on that burning stove, dog. No, it don't matter. Nobody cares. Okay, do you. Do you. You know, nobody here to be your dad and all that. You wanna keep your hand on that burning stove, keep your hand on that fucking burning stove. That goes for y'all men too. You want to sleep around and pay women to have sex and all that? Knock your socks off, dog. But don't get mad at people who are telling other men, nah, this ain't a good route, dog. Don't get in your feelings because other men are stepping up telling men what's really real, how they really should be moving. It ain't my fault if the shoe fit, you know what I mean? It is what it is. That's your choice. Remember, it's your choice. You chose to make it. Remember that. Remember, back to the burning stove, I said, what I said with the burning stove. It's not about judging people for what they do in life. It's about understanding that whatever we do in life, there's consequences to that shit. Again, we both put our hand on a burning stove. It might burn your hand more than my hand. Or worse than my hand, depending on how long or how hard I put it on and how long and how hard you put it on. But the fact of the matter is, it's still going to burn our fucking hand. So you men, I want to sleep around with a bunch of women. I might do the same thing you do and not get child support and not get a baby mom, but I might get a disease or something. Something going to happen out of that shit, though. That's why it's not good to do. But when you say these things, what do men do? Get mad and get in their feelings. You're hating. No, nobody's hating. If you don't want to listen to it, fine, but don't stop the message. Don't get mad because you don't like the message. There's other men out here that need to hear this message, especially younger men who are under the impression that since I'm a man, it's all about how many women I can get under my shit instead of how that quality woman that nobody can get and all those other women don't compare to. See, nobody telling men that. Not only that, chasing too many women is stopping you from your purpose. But if you get that quality woman, she probably gonna help you with your purpose or add to it because she's on her purpose. That's what makes her quality. But y'all don't want to hear that as men. You think somebody hating on you, or you just get in your feelings because you don't want to do it. If you don't want to become a better person, just move out the way. Don't get mad at other people who might want to hear the message. And it doesn't mean that somebody's better than you. Everybody has to apply this to their life every day. It's not just one person out here who, it don't apply to me. By default, I'm just great and everything in life just falls together for me. No, everybody got to sacrifice. Everybody got to try to not pay attention to that big ass that you see over there and over here and over here and over here. If you want to be successful, you're going to have to. Same thing with y'all women. All the attention from all the men. You're going to have to sacrifice, man. If not, then I promise you the outcome is not going to be good. Look at all the other women who bit the apple of, I like the attention of a bunch of men, and the money of a bunch of men, and the sex of a bunch of men, and kicking it with a bunch of men. Look at what happens to them. You think you're an exception, right? Again, I don't give a fuck what you do. I'm just here to spread the message. Whether you like it or not, I don't care. Because out of love, I do it. And just the fact that I love to talk about shit that we can improve on in life. Everybody's scared to do that, though. Because everybody in their feelings and act like you judging them and shit, right? So they don't want to do it. They rather just talk about, it's funny how it's okay to talk about the bullshit, you know, the smoking weed or whatever. Not saying it's bullshit, but y'all get my point. It's okay to talk about that shit, but when we talk about some shit that needs to be addressed, everybody offended. And nobody clicked like or nothing. It's funny how that works, huh? But guess what? If you don't train your mind about these things and talk to yourself about these things, then your kids, your daughters, your sons, who gonna tell them? Since you won't even tell yourself, who is gonna tell them? Society ain't gonna tell them. You know what society gonna tell them? They're going to have rappers sitting right there telling young men, yeah, it's all about how many hoes you can get. That's what society going to tell them. They're going to have people right there. Society going to have female rappers right there telling women, be a bad bitch, be a bad bitch. Play these niggas. That's what society going to tell your daughters. If you don't tell them nothing. If you don't tell them nothing, society is going to tell your daughters and sons what the music industry tells them. And it ain't just rap music either, so don't even go there. And it's not just music, it's everything you see. That's why it's important for us to mold ourselves and tell ourselves what's right from wrong. Nobody's perfect. It ain't about being perfect. It's about realizing, what do I need to do right in life? Okay, I know this is bad. I know drinking is bad. You know, I can't quit yet, but I can try to start trying to or something. At least acknowledge there's a problem. I know sleeping around with a lot of women is bad, man, but you know, I'm just going to ignore it. And then I'm going to get mad at the men who don't do it and their life turns out better. Yeah, I'm mad at them now. When you should be mad at yourself. Because you didn't want to sacrifice that. You didn't want to just pick a quality woman. Because you thought sleeping with a whole bunch of women who sleep with a whole bunch of men, you know what I mean? You sharing women, you thought that was better than having that solid woman. So, you know, that's your choice. I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know what else to tell you, man. You thought I only live once, so I'm gonna blow every bag I get. All the money I get, I'm gonna blow it. I ain't putting shit back. You only live once, dog. So don't get mad when on that rainy day or when you're in debt. Or don't get mad because you wanted to buy the newest cars and you're in debt. Nobody's here to hate on nobody. Nobody really gives a fuck about what the next man do. But as a man, I'm allowed to speak on the world because it might touch a young guy. It might touch a younger, older guy or a woman or anybody. Oh shit, he's right. How you think I learned, man, buying a car like that? That ain't a good idea. Where you think I learned it from? You think it just popped out the sky? Or did somebody somewhere on some YouTube or something, somebody in life or something, tell me about this shit? The difference is I listen. Oh yeah, you know what? He might be right about that. Instead of hardhead, you're hating. Now fuck you, you hating, dog. You just hate. Okay, do you? You think that I didn't grow up thinking, yeah, sleeping with a lot of women, that sounds good, dog. Every man gonna have to go through that phase of should you do this or not. But if you sit back and analyze, that's one key that people don't do, and you actually listen to other people. Analyzing, what does that mean? I look at other men who do it. Damn, he on child support. Damn, his baby mama sat his baby right out front of the door and just left. She called the police on him. She got other men around his daughter. Man, nah, fuck that shit. It's better to just pick the right woman than to deal with this shit. It's no different than men getting women pregnant and saying it's the woman's fault because she has the choice to keep the baby or not. But it's your fault for getting her pregnant too, though. You had the choice to avoid it. How the fuck is it just a woman's fault? This is what I mean by motherfuckers not want to take accountable for their choices. Instead of saying, you know what, I fucked up, I need to do better next time. Nope. They'll ignore that and they'll do it again. That's why you see a lot of men with a lot of baby moms. Because it's the woman's fault why that happened. You know what I mean? Some of them ain't even in the position to even buy a condom. But sex is way more important, so, you know. Instead of getting my life together first, you know, then maybe I can have all the sex I wanted to. I guess that doesn't cross their mind. Not saying you should do that either, but that's how they think. It's the same thing with the women. A lot of these women now, you know, you start talking about this shit, you're going to be considered fashion, but I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? I'll go out on my shield because I might help a lot of younger women who are thinking the way that society is making them think with the little Nicki Minaj bullshit and all the other people they put in front of them. Thinking it's okay, it's better to get attention from a bunch of men, and it's better to get sex and the money from a bunch of men than one. You know what I mean? That's the way they're thinking. And they thinking like this too because, well, men do it, I might as well beat them to the punch. But then I'm gonna cry and say there's no good men. But you didn't dug your karma. You fell by the sword. You fell for the Kool-Aid. You drunk the Kool-Aid. Now you gotta be held accountable for your karma. No wonder you can't get the good man because you don't deserve it. You gotta go through your karma now because you done played all these men. You became a bad woman to other men. So now you don't get the good man. You might luck up, but even if you did, you probably just gonna play them anyway. So does it really matter? Life is what you make it, I'm telling y'all, man. Whether it from karma to decisions you make, some things you can't control in life, but the things you can't control in life are usually blessings in disguise or some type of something that's gonna help you become a better person or make your life better or something like that. For the most part, you can control damn near everything in life. Damn near, in your life anyway. And it's mainly about decisions. Just like Odell Beckham put all that money into Bitcoin and then he lost. He put like 700 grand and now he only got like 33. It really ain't gonna hurt him that much. But still, a loss is a loss. That was a choice he made, right? That was a choice he made, man. It's all about choices. And when people can realize that and realize that they're their biggest enemy, then things will change. I keep hearing a lot of this bullshit too. I definitely gotta address this. The black woman's biggest enemy is another race of a woman. I keep hearing this shit all the fucking time. That's the bullshit. You know who the black woman's biggest enemy is? It's other black women. It's other black women, because those are the ones that are influencing her. And really, this can apply to any woman, but I keep hearing the saying that the black woman's biggest enemy is other races of women. No, it's not. It's her. If she do what's right and make great decisions in life, she's going to get a great man, and she's going to be a great ass woman. Nobody can stop her. But if she fall by the sword and drink the Kool-Aid, you already know what time it is. We've seen this movie over and over and over again. How many times do we got to see this shit? We've seen this movie a billion times. At some point, you would think, oh man, I don't want to do that. I ain't doing that no more. I'm going to set a different trend. But that's not what happens, is it? 9 times out of 10, no. And it ain't just them, but I'm just saying that because I keep hearing this saying about them, their biggest enemy is other races of women. No, it's them. If they don't drink the Kool-Aid that the other black women have drunk, because they're going to be influenced by other black women more than any other race of women. So if they don't drink that Kool-Aid, they can't lose. And their other biggest enemy is black men. If they pick the wrong black dude, or any dude, men in general, if they pick the wrong one, it could fuck their whole life up. Those are the 2 biggest enemies, and their self. It ain't just, oh, this woman's a different race, so now I got to worry about this. That's crazy, man. And the same thing applies for you men. Whether racism exists or not, you can't get around that. But the Most High got you. Weapons formed against you can't prosper. You lose your job and you didn't do nothing wrong, and God know you didn't do nothing wrong. Don't even worry about it. He already got another door for you. If God opens a door for you, no one can close it. No one but him. So obviously, if you didn't do nothing wrong, then he must have allowed that door to be closed. And he got another door for you. But if say God opened the door and I want to smoke weed and I'm driving the truck, that's me. That's on me. I did that. I closed the door. I shouldn't have been smoking weed. Again, back to the choices we make in life. I want to show up for work late all the time and then I get fired. That's on you. You chose to do that. You didn't have to do it. You chose to do it. A lot of y'all men are falling by the sword because of what women want. Because these women have made y'all believe, be a nigga, man. Don't try to change. Don't try to grow as a person. Be the same teenage nigga, right? And they'll find that attractive, but as a man, you can't fall by that sword. You got to understand that, you know what? I want to be great in life. I don't want to be that guy no more. And I don't give a fuck if no woman likes it or not. I'm not doing it. That's what you got to do. But many men are drinking that Kool-Aid of, I still want to be a nigga because, why? Because, oh, women like it better. And I get more women when I do this. Fuck out my way. I'm fucking with old girl at the Arby's I'm at. Yeah, man. Shit, I might make another one because after this store, I got another hour ride. But when it comes to the women, a lot of them, they don't realize that. I'm gonna stick with my culture for a second. They don't realize that the elite have put an image here for us to bite off of. They put Kool-Aid here for us to drink. And that Kool-Aid is that so-called nigga image. You know what I mean? And most women are influencing men to be this because I don't like the good guy. He's a nerd working on being a rocket scientist. My panties ain't wet. And what do men do? Let me be belligerent and dumb because women like it, but you're falling by the sword. You are the leader as a man. You're supposed to move how you're supposed to move. You're not supposed to bow down because a woman is telling you, I like the nigga better. Be the nigga. No, don't be that. Be better than that. That's something they put here so you can't be what you used to be. If you look back in history, you used to rule the world. But they put that here so you could be that instead of being great. Or so you could be a bad bitch instead of being great. And until you realize that, you're always going to go after what the majority do. The majority has been the bad bitch. The majority has been the nigga. And this really applies to all races, to be honest with you. Everybody doing what the majority is doing. instead of doing what they doing. But if you sat back and look, you would see that the majority is falling by the sword. So why would I do it? Let me follow them too. No, why would you? Obviously, the majority is falling by the sword, so why would I follow the majority? Makes zero sense. Makes zero sense, y'all. Again, we all need improvement. We all make bad choices. We all gonna make more mistakes. This ain't about saying you don't make mistakes. This is about correcting your mistakes and realizing what mistakes are so you don't make them. You can look at other people and you can see what mistakes are. You know what I'm saying? And when I say this nigga shit, don't get it twisted. Like, if another race of person say there's a difference between black men and niggas, I got a problem with that because I'm the same. The only difference is I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm no better than them. I'm the same. I come from the same place as you. But the Kool-Aid is the problem. When they say the black woman's biggest enemy is the other race of women, no, it's not. It's the Kool-Aid she's drinking. And she's not the only one drinking it. Other races of women are drinking the shit too. Whatever is influencing you in a negative way is a problem. Society puts that shit here so we can't be great because they can't have a whole bunch of great motherfuckers walking around. You know, then the government wouldn't have any power. They have to keep you dumbed down. So that's why they put out entertainers and all that bullshit so y'all can drink the fucking Kool-Aid, man. Smoking weed, partying, all that, which is nothing wrong with that if it doesn't affect how you are as a person and how you move in life as a person. But for some people it does. For me it did. That's why I had to kick that habit. All I want to do is get high and sit around and be lazy. From like 18 to 20 something. Now it's a problem. It's got to go. You know what I mean? It was a problem. It's got to go. But I'm going to get off here for now, y'all, man.